Hi, I'm Amanda and welcome to the Hot Plate. Today I've teamed up with Italpasta to bring you quick and delicious back-to-school meal ideas. This entire month is focused on sharing delicious dinner recipes which can be turned into fun lunchtime leftovers the whole family will love. Today's recipe is a butternut squash mac and cheese, which we'll be turning into butternut squash mac and cheese muffins, so make sure to stay tuned for the whole video as we share these two delicious recipes.
To start, we'll need some kosher salt, a quarter cup of freshly grated Parmesan cheese, some freshly ground black pepper, some fresh rosemary sprigs. We'll need 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour, 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter, 1½ cups of frozen butternut squash chunks, 1 box of Italpasta total pasta elbows, 2 cups of skim milk, 1½ cups of part skim shredded mozzarella cheese, and 2 cups of baby spinach. Let's start by cooking our pasta. Today we're using Italpasta total pasta because it's packed with the goodness of whole grains and fiber, and it cooks just like a traditional pasta. We'll add it to a large pot of boiling salted water, and that salt helps to draw out the starch. Now, this will take just about 7 minutes to cook up to al dente, and while this cooks, let's add in that frozen butternut squash. This is a great way to reduce cooking time and ensures that everything cooks simultaneously. Once our pasta is all cooked, let's drain it off into the sink. Into a large pot, add that unsalted butter. We'll now want to melt the butter and get it nice and frothy. To the butter, add in the flour, and using a whisk until the raw flavor of the flour is cooked out. Traditionally, this is called a roux, and it helps to thicken up our cheese sauce for our mac and cheese. Once our flour is nice and golden brown, it's time to start whisking in our milk. It's important to whisk as you add the milk to make sure that you get a nice smooth sauce. Now we'll just start adding handfuls of the mozzarella cheese. We want to add the cheese in handfuls to make sure that it melts evenly and it doesn't get lumpy while it's being cooked. Now that our sauce has started to thicken and we've incorporated all the mozzarella cheese, whisk in the Parmesan cheese. This adds a nice sweet nutty flavor to our mac and cheese. Our sauce is ready to go, so it's time to add in that Italpasta total pasta elbows and the frozen butternut squash chunks that we cooked off earlier. We'll now just want to carefully toss it all together with that baby spinach. Now, the baby spinach may look like a lot, but it's going to cook down to almost nothing, so don't be afraid to add the full 2 cups. Now add in the rosemary and continue to stir the mac and cheese together. The spinach is going to start to cook down and wilt, so you're going to have more room in the pot. Now that our mac and cheese is all cooked, it's time to serve it up. This is such a simple dish, and make sure to stay tuned because next up I'm going to show you how to turn this decadent butternut squash mac and cheese into butternut squash mac and cheese muffins. We'll be right back.
Alright, so now that our butternut squash mac and cheese is all done, it's time to show you how to turn this awesome dish into kid-friendly lunchtime leftovers. All you need are just a few simple things. You want to make sure you have some cooking spray, the butternut squash mac and cheese we made earlier, any leftovers, and a little bit of freshly grated Parmesan cheese. Now, assembling them takes just minutes, and we're going to show you how to do that right now.
Let's start by spraying our muffin tin cups. You want to make sure that they all get a good spray so that the mac and cheese comes out easily. Next up, using an ice cream scoop or spoon, evenly distribute the mac and cheese between the muffin cups. Make sure to tamp them down slightly so that they'll come out in one piece. Then just sprinkle the tops with Parmesan cheese and pop them into a 350-degree oven. We'll want to bake these until they're golden brown, which will take about 20 minutes.
Our butternut squash mac and cheese muffins are all done and they look and smell amazing. Now, these are such a great way to use up leftover mac and cheese because they're fun, kid-friendly portions. And all we need to do before we serve is just toss a fresh salad or a few cut-up veggies. I like to add a little broccoli and cauliflower and some colorful peppers just to add that pop of fun color for the plate that the kids are going to love.
Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to get more great back-to-school inspiration at italpasta.com and recipes on their Facebook page, facebook.com/italpastalimited.